Hi, it's Joe Mazumdar of Exploration Insights at the January 2022 Metals Investor Forum. And we're doing the backstage interviews. And now with me today, I've got Radius Gold CEO, Bruce Smith. Bruce, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Joe. Always good to talk to you. See you again. Thanks for everybody listening as well.
So, Radius Gold, explorer in Central America, Mexico. Two significant joint ventures, one with a junior company in Guatemala, one with a major in Mexico. And this is a company that in Exploration Insights we've owned, since 2008, I believe. And
Long time.
yeah, a long time. And the thing is that I don't think you've raised money since that time. Is that correct?
No, we haven't raised money. I haven't worked for it for all. I've been on and off with Radius for honestly 20 years, but I had some time out when my wife, wanted to live somewhere else. But I've been working hard for the last 5 or 6 years, and in the last year as a CEO. And we've made a lot of deals over time. I tend to only take on and hold properties that I believe can be mines. But occasionally you see something and you think, oh, I could make some money out of that. And we grab it and flick it and make some money. So we grabbed some lithium assets. We grabbed a chunk we helped to bail out once Southern Silver when they nearly went bankrupt. And we loaned them some money and converted that to stock and got $1.5 million from that, basically. And so we've managed to keep ourselves, particularly in Mexico, self-financed, just through acquisition of lithium properties and vending them. And, our team is always looking to keep ourselves self-financed if possible. And
Well,
Simon
that's
did a lot of that early on, and I've continued in that vein since I've been
okay.
there.
Well, that's encouraging for every shareholder that doesn't want to get diluted. But so let's go back to Mexico. I visited this project, which is called Amalia Joint Venture, where Pan American is earning, I believe, 65%. And they're going to make another payment, or the final payment, because they've already made their exploration expenditures, but they'll make the final payment of like $0.7 million in June. So give us an idea about the Amalia joint venture, the project, and what kind of news flow we can expect from that one, because it appears that Pan American now is the operator, and so they're rather keen on it.
Yes. Well, we first discovered it, grassroots discovery in 2017. We took a year to get it all permitted and consolidate the district and define the drill targets. And at the time, finance was pretty bad. We didn't have access to a lot of money. The markets were depressed, especially for that sort of asset, grassroots. So we took a partnership. We operated for the first 2 years. We did all the drilling and we hit some amazing grades. We found this, mineralized chute called the San Pedro chute, and we had some of the best drilling in the world anywhere. That year, we hit 44 meters at 12 grams gold and 309 silver. Very, very high grade and deeply penetrating chute, not that long in terms of strike extent. That was the first major kind of discovery, and that got Pan American, of course, super interested. They took over the operational management, and they've been drilling since. We're now in our fifth phase of drilling. We recently announced that we drilled another structure. There's about 6 kilometers of epithermal veins and breccias. We have been drilling the stuff that has road access, easy access, that pre-existing. We just drilled California and published all the results late last year. And across a kilometer of strike, we have some high-grade and anomalous silver mineralization, which I think, has the great potential to become a resource. We hit, for example, 26 meters at 2.59 gold and 350 silver. And right now, we're drilling again. This time, we're taking on some targets that don't have road access. So we flew the rig in, and that structure is called El Cuervo. We will have results start to come out, I suspect, mid-February. And, we know that we've already got a small deposit. There's no 43101 calculation on it yet because Pan American's looking for a big deposit. The question is, are they going to give it back to us as a small deposit that we could carry on with, which I would, be better for us, or are they going to keep going when they make that payment in June? And, I'm pretty sure that they'll keep going. They don't want to give it up. It's a fantastic property. It's got 6 to 8 kilometers of veins. Only a few targets have been tested so far. There's spectacular results in the targets that have been tested, and I think there'll be more to come. So start mid-February, we're drilling now. Mid-February, we'll start to have more drill results. And, in terms of news flow, if you look at Radius over the last couple of years since I've become the CEO and been further involved, we've had substantial news releases, progress on projects every 2 weeks, either coming from Amalia, coming from Guatemala, coming from the grassroots, things that we're working up towards drilling. So that news flow will continue.
So let's move on to Guatemala, the joint venture you have with Volcanic Gold, that they've raised the funds and you're operating it. These are on the Holly Banderas projects in Guatemala. And so what are you seeing there? And that's also been helping your share price, as that's been the source of news flow and drilling news flow. And then I guess, where are you at now with respect to drilling that and going into this 2022?
Okay. At the start of the COVID epidemic, we had a Guatemalan team. I've been working on and off in Guatemala since 20-something years ago, and most of our geologists are Guatemalans, and they all had to leave Mexico because of COVID. We sent them back to Guatemala, and at the same time, Pan American invests like $1 billion to acquire Tahoe, and Lundin is investing to advance the Bluestone deposit, or Cerro Blanco and Bluestone. And so we thought it was a great time to go back to Guatemala with all of our team there. So Volcanic is operating. They've currently got $8 million in the bank, and this is their one asset. So they took on some drill targets and a whole regional play, which they can, 350,000 hectares. We control the largest amounts of licenses in the country. And we've been doing both. We've been drilling on the Holly target in particular, and we've been trying to advance our regional targets. And we've had success with both. We've got about 17 drill holes into a structure at Holly called La Peña. We have been hitting fantastic grades, widths somewhere around 10 meters, in excess of 10 grams gold. So one of the latest drill results, the last one was we published, was hole 23, 4.58 meters at 80 grams gold, 79.84, and 5 kilos silver. So phenomenal grades. And that is kind of building to be a beautiful ore shoot that will form the basis of a resource. Right now, it's not enough to make a standalone deposit, but it's wide open for exploration. We could truck it down the road 60 Ks to Bluestone's plant, but we're looking for a million ounce standalone, million ounce plus. There's a world-class district with Escobal just down the road as one of the largest primary silver deposits in the world. So we've got good drill results, and we're having success on regional as well. We found an orogenic system that's got very high grade gold. So it's all funded by Volcanic. They're operating. Radius just has a 40% carried stake in the project.
So besides these projects, which are I gather the main source of news flow for 2022, you're continually generating new projects. And so you've got a few that you're talking about now that you're looking to either deal or advance yourself.
Yes, we've got 2 projects in Mexico, again, grassroots discoveries that we've bought ready for drilling. One is Plata Verde, and it's a silver deposit. It's ready for drilling. We've got strong interest from a major company. We're just trying to tie that up, but majors are always a bit slow. And then we've got Maricela deposit, Maricela project, which is a vein system in Cananea, a world-class district. And we're busy working on permitting that. So we'll make a choice to whether we drill it or whether somebody else funds it as soon as we get the drill permits. So we've got news flow coming from multiple projects throughout the year.
Okay, so granted that you haven't raised money in decades, that you won't be required to go back to the market, considering most of your news flow from these joint ventures are funded by your partners, which is great. So we should expect drilling news flow, basically all over 2022 from both projects, and then potentially corporate announcements about joint ventures with these other projects.
Yeah, we've had great news flow last year, and every 2, 3 weeks we've got something solid to announce from one of our projects. I think that'll continue. There'll be drilling coming out of Amalia starting now and going forward for the next few months. Holly is about to ramp up drilling again. There'll be news flow coming out of Holly in the near future on drill results. And we hope to be drilling other projects later in the year. So we've got tons of action on various projects. Whether we decide to raise money again, I don't want to dilute the shareholders. I'm a decent sized shareholder. I don't want to be diluted. But if the gold market performs and stuff, we can either choose to dilute on a project like Plata Verde or Maricela. We can dilute on a particular project, or we can take some dilution through issuing stock. Up to today, with the current stock prices and stuff, we've taken dilution through on a Pacific project, but we try to hold 40% or 30% of those projects, so the company has a great stake. But if the markets perform well, we might just take some money from the markets and drill the projects ourselves, depending on how the markets go and how compelling we think they are at the time. So we have both options, and personally, as a shareholder, I don't want to be diluted. So we just have to balance that and find out what's best for the shareholders.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Bruce. So that's Bruce Smith, CEO of Radius Gold, an explorer in Central America and Mexico with two significant joint ventures with a major company and a junior on precious metal projects there. So thank you very much for joining us. It's me, Joe Mazumdar, Exploration Insights at the January 22 Metal Investment Forum. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.